Shawn Levy, a seasoned filmmaker with a diverse portfolio of projects under his belt, has often reflected on the pivotal moments that shaped his understanding of cinema, particularly in the realm of comedy. One such formative experience came from his work on the 2006 film The Pink Panther, a lighthearted crime comedy that not only entertained audiences but also served as a crucial learning ground for Levy in terms of visual storytelling and humor delivery. This movie, which revisited the classic franchise with a fresh twist, taught him invaluable lessons about integrating the camera itself into the fabric of the joke, ensuring that the technical aspects of filmmaking enhance rather than overshadow the comedic elements. It's fascinating how a single project early in one's career can leave an indelible mark, influencing subsequent works in subtle yet profound ways. For Levy, who was still building his reputation at the time, The Pink Panther represented a turning point where he began to appreciate the nuances of framing and shot composition as active participants in generating laughter. To illustrate this point, Levy recounts a specific scene from the film that crystallized this realization for him. In this memorable sequence, the bumbling Inspector Clouseau, portrayed with impeccable timing by Steve Martin, is engaged in a covert pursuit through the bustling streets of New York City. His target is Xenia, a glamorous character played by Beyoncé, and Clouseau is determined to remain undetected. However, in a classic moment of comedic mishap, when he suspects he's been spotted, he hastily grabs a large newspaper and shouts, "Newspapers!" as a feeble attempt to blend into the crowd. With his face completely obscured by the unfolded broadsheet, he fails to notice the approaching subway entrance right in front of him. What follows is a hilarious tumble down the stairs, a physical gag that relies on perfect execution to land its punchline. This scene, simple in its setup yet brilliant in its delivery, became a cornerstone for Levy's evolving philosophy on directing comedy. He emphasizes how the choice of camera angle and framing was instrumental in amplifying the humor, turning what could have been a straightforward slapstick moment into something more engaging and memorable. Delving deeper into his thought process during the production, Levy explains that he initially considered multiple camera angles to capture the fall. For instance, he pondered shots from behind the stunt performer as they descended the stairs, followed by frontal views directed toward the lens to show the full extent of the chaos. These alternatives seemed appealing at first, offering a more dynamic visual experience. However, through experimentation and reflection, Levy had an epiphany. The camera isn't just a passive observer but an integral part of the narrative joke-telling mechanism. By opting for a simpler, uninterrupted frame that captured the entire action in one continuous take, he discovered that less complexity often yields greater comedic impact. This approach allowed the audience to fully immerse themselves in the absurdity without distractions from elaborate cuts or movements. It's a lesson in restraint, where the director learns to trust the inherent funniness of the situation rather than overcomplicating it with technical flourishes. Levy admits that this insight didn't come easily. It was honed through trial and error on various sets, but The Pink Panther marked the beginning of this educational journey. Reflecting on his broader career, Levy notes that he has encountered similar challenges in other films, where ambitious camera techniques sometimes diluted the humor. He describes instances where he attempted intricate camera moves during key comedic beats, only to find that they muddied the audience's reception of the joke. The laughter, which should be sharp and immediate, becomes fragmented when the viewer's attention is split between the action and the filmmaking artistry. In contrast, the newspaper scene in The Pink Panther exemplifies the power of simplicity. Clouseau's obliviousness, heightened by the hidden face behind the paper, builds anticipation, and the single frame ensures that the payoff, the unexpected fall, hits with maximum force. This method not only preserves the purity of the gag but also engages the viewer more directly, making them feel like they're witnessing the mishap in real time. Levy's growth as a director is evident in how he applies these principles across genres, from family adventures to high-stakes action comedies, always prioritizing the story's emotional and humorous core over flashy visuals. Fast-forwarding to more recent projects, Levy draws a direct line from that early lesson to his work on the 2024 blockbuster Deadpool and Wolverine. In this Marvel extravaganza, there's a sprawling fight sequence where the irreverent anti-hero Deadpool, brought to life by Ryan Reynolds, clashes with over 60 variants of himself in a chaotic melee. Levy chose to film this intense, over-the-top battle using a single laterally tracking wide shot that maintains continuity without cuts. This decision echoes the subway stairs scene from The Pink Panther, where the unbroken frame serves to heighten the absurdity and keep the focus squarely on the escalating hilarity. By avoiding fragmented editing, Levy ensures that the audience can fully appreciate the escalating madness, much like how the simple shot in the earlier film amplified Clouseau's clumsiness. It's a testament to how foundational experiences in one's career can inform even the most ambitious undertakings, bridging the gap between a modest comedy reboot and a massive superhero spectacle. Levy credits the Pink Panther as the starting point for his education in film comedy, where he first grasped the camera's role as a collaborative element in crafting laughs. Beyond the technical aspects, Levy also speaks to the collaborative spirit that defined the production of the Pink Panther. The cast, which included notable talents like Reno, Kevin Kline, Emily Mortimer, and Henry Czerny alongside Martin and Beyoncé, approached the project with a deep reverence for the original franchise's legacy. Everyone involved recognized the weight of stepping into such iconic territory, and this respect translated into a committed effort to honor the source material while infusing it with contemporary energy. Steve Martin, who also contributed to the screenplay, brought his unique brand of wit, ensuring that the script paid homage to the classic while carving out its own identity. Levy highlights the importance of fostering a fun atmosphere on set, believing that genuine off-screen enjoyment seeps into the on-screen performances, making the film more relatable and enjoyable for viewers. This philosophy of collaboration and positivity became a hallmark of Levy's directing style, influencing how he manages ensembles in later works.